How short am I? Oh my gosh, so short.
No, it's fine to be short. I like short girls. You're short? No, not too short. Like 5'3" is my limit. 5'4".
I'm 5'3¼ dude. I just like the cut.
Let's make out.
No!
Hey, guess what? Sorry, I hit. I'm just being me. You're just being you.
Finish and we're gonna play the quiet game.
Go. All right, go.
You can just...
I'm a mouse. Boring. All right.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name's Nastasia.
This is Kai. Me.
This is my husband, Kai. And I thought a fun video idea would be to ask you guys to ask my husband questions. So I did this like a few weeks ago. You guys to ask him questions and you guys came through. I have so many questions that you asked Kai that we're gonna probably have to make several videos of this. So before we get into it, if you end up liking this video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you never miss out on a video every time I post. And I also wanted to give a shout out to today's sponsor, which is Perfect Supplements. I'm gonna be talking about them in a little bit, but let's go ahead and get in the video. So I thought it'd be good because, you know, I married a very godly man. I love Kai so much. I think he is just the bee's knees. He's
the bee's knees?
It's a thing. I really think Kai's like the best. I do not deserve him whatsoever. And I know before I met him when I was single, there were so many questions I had for like just a good godly man, like somebody who just loves Jesus, that I couldn't ask anybody. And anyway, you'll see. I think you guys did some really good job with your questions here. Okay, we're gonna get started right away because we have a lot of questions to cover here. All right, so Kai, I'm gonna ask you these. Try to keep them as short as you possibly can because I know you can expand on everything, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna ask, if a guy meets a girl and he likes her, will he ask her out then or wait until another time he sees her?
God will give him discernment on what to do if he's walking in the will or abiding in the will of God.
If it was you, what would you do? Like if you had seen me, because we met in a different way. We met online basically, but not through a dating app or anything, but online. If you had just seen me in a coffee shop or whatever.
Would I have gone up to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You would have.
Yeah, but that's also because I'm not.
Well, that's like, just you.
Scared. Like a lot of guys get nervous and scared or whatever. You just gotta, you know, balls up. I mean, I probably shouldn't say that. We'll see if I keep that in there or not. I'll make an editing decision. A smarter, wiser Stas will make that decision. What is something Kai has had to adjust to since living together? Also, by the way, he doesn't know any of these questions. This is all off the cuff. I mean, adjusting. I haven't had much adjusting. It's been pretty smooth. But I'm sure there's something, but on the top of my head there isn't anything.
I would say not even with me, but we have to go up 3 flights of stairs.
Oh, that has nothing to do. Yeah,
I know, but I mean,
that's my biggest adjustment is
just living on your own has been 3 flights of stairs.
The very thing I knew that I had coming for me, which is being more selfless, to being more of a servant. That's the biggest adjustment, you would say?
Mm-hmm. But you saw it coming.
Yeah, it wasn't a surprise. It's more, and sometimes it's like a joy, and that's when the Holy Spirit's working, and thank the Lord for that. But sometimes it's like a pain in the butt, and you have to like die it yourself. So it's kind of like a win-win.
Yeah. So like immediately having to be selfless.
And not playing the compare game.
Yeah.
That's huge, and like what I've noticed in our relationship and marriage going forward. Okay,
is it a turnoff if a girl doesn't have a lot of dating experience? Like if she hasn't dated a lot of guys, let's say you were my first boyfriend.
So a lot of these questions are geared kind of towards where the guy's at.
You have hot sauce on your nose.
Because like I can give you my opinions all day
long. Well, I think that's what they want though. They want your opinion because you're a God-fearing man.
Okay.
Like,
so what was the question again?
Like in your relationship with the Lord, where you're at and all that, would it be a turnoff for you, like if you were the only guy I had ever dated?
No.
Okay. I think that's what they're asking, because I think a lot of girls, you'll notice this. And
actually, I'd admire that a little bit more. Just because that they hold that to a high value. They know what they want. They have their standards and are not willing to cave to their emotions to have this short-term satisfaction and try and find it in other places and other people. Instead of they go, these are my list, this is my bracket, and until God brings that man, then I'll let him step inside. And that's not, now the process of that is different for everybody, but it's just that, you know.
Yeah. And it's not like it's a bad thing if you've dated. I mean, I dated quite a few guys before I met Kai.
Now, if you're one of those people that just end up dating a lot of people because that's what God has, that's different. Yeah. But there's
it's different than being a serial dater. Yeah. Like, you're just trying to be with somebody all the time. Okay, so this one's really specific. You'll notice a lot of these are girls who they have something deep like on their heart, and they're really wondering if a godly man will want them, basically. Is it a deal breaker if a girl in her past had a lot of hookups but is still a virgin and changed her ways? Like, if she used to be someone that she isn't anymore after Jesus. She's asking if that's a deal breaker.
Wait, so her old self
versus her new self with Jesus?
No, not a deal breaker.
Okay. Do men feel intimidated by confident women who are also strong in their faith?
No, not at all.
Not good, God-fearing men. And if he's intimidated by your walk,
then there's unequally yoked there.
Yeah.
So just
or
he's actually not that intimidated. Comes from the fact that he's insecure in himself and his relationship with the Lord.
It's funny because I think it's you. Is it bad if a guy wants to cuddle with you all the time in the beginning? That was literally Kai.
Well, I don't really know. It depends on the context. Like,
well, I think she literally, I mean, assuming this, I think she literally just means cuddling.
Well, no, I'm not talking about that. I mean, literally, like, if it's like the first date and the guy's just super clingy and you're like, I would kind of be like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Like, pay attention to little things. But, like, if you're in a relationship, then no.
Or even, like, we fell for each other really quickly and we knew we were on the same page. And if you're being respectful to the girl, I think that's different. So if he's being respectful to you, I think that's different than him just being, like, all over you.
Also, if he was cuddling, like, wanting to be super cuddly, I would make sure you guys have that conversation first about boundaries. Yeah, that's what I mean. Before, you know, you guys are...
The respect.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to get married as much as girls do? Kai did.
I did? I can't. I don't know if I can answer that question.
For every guy, yeah.
Because that strictly depends on the person, whether you're, you know, a male or a female. So.
And I really do think that has to do with their walk. And, you know... Like, Kai wanted to get married since you were, like, what, like 12?
10.
Like, he was writing letters to his future wife, aka me, when he was, like, before he was even a teenager. So he always had marriage on his heart, which I'm really grateful for, and I think God did that on purpose in his heart because God knew we would be together, and that's what I wanted. I always wanted a man who was, like, his whole life excited for me, like, to meet me. So I think it does depend, but there definitely are some guys. There are some guys out there who...
Oh, for sure. I know a couple.
They love and the idea and want to be married as much as girls do. What are your biggest insecurities?
Failing people. I don't like failing people. In any context.
Or even thinking like you're failing people.
Yeah, like they could... Okay, for a perfect example is...
Keep it short.
Right. They ask you to do the dishes, so you do the dishes, and then about an hour goes by, and then ask if you could clean the counters. When I already cleaned the counter and I missed the spot. So I'm thinking in my head, I guess you didn't really care that I did the dishes, which is stupid. That's like my flesh and whatever. But like that insecurity of failing, and then I'll react to my flesh and snap back and be like, I did the dishes or whatever it is. When that's not what she's even asking. She's just asking.
I just didn't realize.
Exactly.
Okay, do guys care about body hair? I'm assuming she means on girls.
Depends on the guy.
Yeah, and the place.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want me totally hairless, like on my arms and stuff, like that. I feel like that'd be weird to you.
No.
It wouldn't. I feel like it'd be weird.
See, for guys and girls are different. On a girl, I wouldn't care if they were just booty smooth everywhere. Like, you know. But some guys wouldn't like that.
But also, like, if I don't shave my legs, you're not like, babe.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
You don't
be
really
weird
care.
about it. Like, I don't have this standard, if that's what you're wondering.
But literally, I feel like every guy is different. So don't feel like you're weird or gross or whatever.
yourself.
Yeah, and then honestly, if he truly cares about you, he'll communicate with you, especially when you're married. How did you know you found the one? Were you afraid to plan for the future?
Never was afraid to plan for the future. Always had to hold myself back to making sure I wasn't going too far into the future.
We were talking about marriage like week 2 of meeting each other.
We're both
That's
that,
how we
like,
are.
future minded, so we kind of have to both like step back and make sure we communicate to like people around us, and they'll be like, all right, you're good, not
Well,
good.
and obviously we were praying through.
I'm not
all.
just talking about marriage. I'm talking about anything.
Oh, okay.
Like in anything, like we're just both, 0 to 100.
Yeah.
What was the question again?
Well, and then the second part was,
Oh,
how did you know you found the one?
Oh, well, when I
like the months and months before that I had met Kai, I was just done. I was done dating, and I was like, Lord, I don't even know if good godly men exist. I feel like they might exist, but they exist for everybody else except for me. And so that was like my prayer the whole year. Nobody knew about it, okay? And then we were sitting down talking, and this was a couple hours into talking, and Kai had said,
and this is where I come in.
do you want it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, now my perspective to finish the story. I was driving on my way to this coffee shop, and I was praying, just kind of like the Lord's hand be on it, and the situation.
We hadn't met in person
yet.
yet.
We both didn't really know if it was like, or at least I didn't, if it was like a legit date, or if it was like just meeting them or whatever. But I literally said the exact words, I just want her to know that no matter what happens, that there are good, solid, godly men out there, and they're out there for her, no matter what happens.
And he said that to me, and my jaw literally dropped. Like, I literally was like, no, what? And then I told him, and then his jaw dropped, and that was the moment I think it both clicked. Like,
Yeah.
I remember that moment looking in your eyes that, like, we both knew, like, God is doing something, and he is just laughing his head off right now that we just figured it out kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
that was the moment I knew.
that was a
like,
cool
that I
moment.
that I knew that God was working, and that I wanted her to be the one.
Yeah.
that was it. But it means it can be deceiving, because in past, when you want something so bad, you can paint this picture like it's God, and it's not. So I never had that moment of like, that was the moment, but I didn't let myself cave into it, because I've thought I had those moments plenty of times before, and they were not at all. So it was kind of like then walking out and God like
praying about it.
Just putting kind of his stamp on the whole situation in many different ways.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the final.
For sure. How can a woman support her man in his journey with God?
Prayer.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the #1 answer.
And she put in parentheses, unequally yoked. So I'm assuming, I don't know this for sure, I'm assuming there may be, you know what, there's actually 2 answers for this, dating versus marriage. If you're in a marriage with somebody and they're unequally yoked, that is different, I think, than when you're dating somebody who's unequally yoked. Wouldn't you agree? Because I would say, when you're dating and they're unequally yoked,
Get the heck out.
yeah, like especially if it's like vastly unequally yoked, like it's not worth it. But if you're getting married, like, or if you are married, divorce is not the answer in our belief.
In the Bible's belief.
Yeah, exactly. And so then prayer. Pray, 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 pray. Like, literally do not stop praying. Okay, what does being a husband mean to you?
That's a great, deep question. I'd probably say there's a couple different meanings. Holding the responsibility of leading and protecting and representing Christ as much as I can in this fleshly body. But I would probably say leading is the big one. Not just in a worldly sense, definitely in a biblical manner, but they bleed into each other. But yeah, I'd probably say that's the big thing.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Ultimately, love, because they all, are woven together. So,
yeah. What do you love most about your wife's body? Okay, my body.
Your traps. No,
My traps.
honestly, you guys really want to know? Her nose and eyes.
It's so weird. He loves my pointy nose. It's so crazy.
So cute. She makes the cutest faces, especially when she's grumpy.
Like
She like scrunch it, and she can't get mad. Like she'll literally try to get mad sometimes, and I'll laugh.
That's because you laugh at me and then I can't get mad because you're laughing.
Yeah, it's great. It's
He loves my pointy nose.
Yeah.
And I always liked the button nose, and he's like, no, pointy. Alright, this is gonna be an easy one for you. How does a girl find a Christian man?
You don't. You let him come to you. And also,
I thought that'd be fast. It's not.
also, if you're a guy, that doesn't mean you go chasing after her also. I said also too many times. Let the Lord guide. Because I feel like too many of us don't. And yes, the men lead.
And pursue.
And pursue, but pursue what's there. Don't pursue what's not there.
And the Lord pursues you first. And then you pursue the woman. So like, don't, like you said, you're not just supposed to throw yourself at every girl thinking, well, at one point I'll, get lucky and one of them will be my wife. Like, seek the Lord in that and pray for him to lead you to her so that you can pursue her. But girls, freaking sit back, relax, and pray and read your Bible. How can you tell if a girl is interested in you? So this is from a guy asking this.
Okay, well, that's again, depends on the guy, because all guys are like, some guys are gullible.
How could you tell that I was interested in you?
The moment I walked in, I knew you were interested in me.
What? Why?
Because
first of all, I walked in after you, so.
Okay,
when you saw me?
Yeah. Like, okay, so for me, it's like a discernment thing almost.
Just like, 'cause I didn't know I was interested in you yet.
They give off this like,
hi.
No, not like obnoxious, but there's a stronger interest. Like even though to what you're saying, like there's more focus and intent. At least for me, whenever I have like girls that are crushing on me, it's like I could tell when they're just having a conversation to just keep it, daily life, or when they're like trying to have a conversation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, you're pretty good at noticing that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about your wife's personality?
Her faces. Back to her faces.
My goofy faces.
But it's the combination of the voiceovers with the faces.
You mean like what I say?
Yeah. Or just, you just voiceovers.
Like the commentary, you mean?
Yeah, commentary on other stuff. I don't know.
You just think I'm funny.
She's just hilarious.
Which I don't understand. I don't think I'm funny. Alright. If your boyfriend says he has a gut feeling you're not supposed to be together, ... question mark. Like she wants to know what she should do with that. I've been in this situation, so I want to hear what you have to say.
I would say, well, I'd challenge him, push him, and then figure out what he has to say once, because he has to give an answer eventually. And either one or two things are happening. He's either sensing the Lord's presence, that he's scared because he doesn't want to mess up something, or two, he's hiding what's actually happening and he doesn't want to break your heart. So it's either one or two things. So if you push him, and I don't mean like in a rude way, just like in a loving way, keep asking questions until he gives you a response.
And I would add on, because I've been the girl in the past, not with Kai. Kai has never questioned if he wants to be with me or not, but other guys in the past that I was not supposed to be with, I was really bad about letting go. And granted, they broke up with me in horrible ways. But my biggest thing I wish I would have told myself was, if they don't want to be with you, let them go. Like if they genuinely don't want to be with you. So not just like, I'm scared I'm gonna mess this up, whatever. Like not that, like genuinely like, I don't really have feelings anymore, blah, blah, blah. Just as hard as it is, there's Kai spinning. Then you need to let him go because it's not worth it. Okay guys,
Stack him.
Little intermission break to tell you a little bit about our sponsor today, which is Perfect Supplements, woo! And this is very special to me because I actually reached out to them because I love their stuff so much that I was like, it would be a dream to work with them. And they just happen to be the coolest people ever, and for some reason wanted to work with me. But no, I really love them. I initially, can you hold some of these please? I initially found them through their collagen, which is probably their most popular item. It has thousands and thousands of reviews.
Billions and billions.
Billions. You can get it on Amazon too, but it is the perfect grass-fed hydrolyzed collagen, and it's the collagen peptides. And the biggest thing that I love about their stuff, it's all very humane. It's grass-fed and grass-finished. It is non-GMO, lab-tested, gluten-free, RBGH-free. It's really, really great, and they're very transparent. And that's not the only thing I have. I also have their aquatic greens, which is spirulina and chlorella, which is USDA organic as well. I have baobab. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it is a fruit that is extremely high in vitamin C. It's like a whole vitamin C fruit. And then
Can you tell the story with that one?
Yeah, I will in a second. And then I have a liver detox support to help with just like detoxing your liver, especially if you're going through a lot of heavy metal detox. And then desiccated beef liver, which is also grass-fed. And grass-finished, it is so, so good, pasture raised. I'm going to be working with them for at least the next month, so I'm going to kind of break it over the next few videos, different supplements, but today I want to talk about the baobab powder, which is the vitamin C one. So it's just a fruit. Oh, it's all of course plant-based and everything like that. It just looks kind of like yellowish, like you can see. So you might be thinking that you can just get any vitamin C supplement. Well, not exactly, because normal vitamin C supplements that you can get at Walmart or something, the main ingredient is ascorbic acid, which no one tells you this, but it actually helps deplete your body of natural vitamin C. I know, which is crazy. This is a whole natural source of vitamin C. And the other week when Kai, he was starting to feel sick, actually, I think you basically were sick. You were getting a cold. And the only thing I gave him was, I rubbed some essential oils on his feet or something to make him feel a little bit better. But the only thing I gave him was a scoop of this or 2 scoops in water, and he drank it. And literally the next day he was like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. Whatever you did worked amazing. And the next day I was actually feeling a little bit like I was catching what he had. I took this just in my smoothie, and it completely went away. So that's all the proof I needed to know that this stuff is so legit, and that's just one of the products. But I will have a coupon code for you down below. I believe it's STAS10 to get 10% off your order. I truly, truly stand behind these products. I am so incredibly picky with what I put in my body now, and I have seen amazing results from this stuff. Like I said, they have way more on their website too, so definitely check them out. And I will be talking about them more in upcoming videos as well. So back to the questions.
Oh, we have more?
Oh, we have more. Okay, so this is a good one. She said, what if my husband won't like me naked actually a thing? Well, I can say from my perspective, yes. I was a little concerned because obviously, like, we wait until marriage, and so there's always like that fear of like you're super vulnerable with somebody. But what would you say to someone? Like what did you tell me when I was like, what if you don't like me? You know, keeping it PG obviously, but
it's not really a thing
in a guy's eyes.
Yeah, it's just like it's just not the biggest. It's not as big of a deal nearly as you think it is. Yeah, it's more emotional. Yeah. And spiritual. And spiritual in, you know, meaning in the doctrinal way, like a good solid foundation. Like, it really, like, especially if your man follows the Lord and he loves you, I doubt that's even on his mind of like, what if I don't like her without clothes on? Like, I just don't think that's a thing. Yeah. If he's following the Lord. Yeah, so I wouldn't worry about that nearly as much as you are. Okay, this is important. This is super important, okay? Is it true that men need to masturbate for health reasons? A guy friend told me that. Bullshit. Shootsies. Where is that in the Bible?
Yeah, chapter and verse, please.
Yeah, I mean, even if he stands corrected and it was a health beneficial, don't you think God knows what's best? And he says not a hint of sexual immorality.
Yeah.
Which that includes that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no.
Yeah. If a guy is telling you that, one, I hope you're not considering dating him right now, because it seems like that's something that he doesn't really want to face right now. But also, I hate that girls have become convinced that somehow this is like a necessary thing in a guy's life and they just have to accept that. That is not true.
No, he's not. I mean, some people may struggle with it.
Yeah, but that's different.
Giving in and struggling are two different things.
Totally different. That's different than him trying to convince you that it is 100% okay and it's for health reasons, that like the Lord is above anything like that, just like Kai said. Okay, we're running out of battery, so I'm gonna finish up soon, but let's do like one more question. Okay, this is a good one because I feel like this is what a lot of people ask. If a guy is interested, will he text the girl often? I have a guy who won't text me back for weeks or months.
No, he's not interested.
No. He's not interested, or you are just a girl on the side for him. I hate to say it that way, but somebody told me that once and I needed to hear it. It's not...
He'll pursue you.
Yeah.
If he's into you, he'll pursue you.
Yeah. Even if he... Okay, I dare say even if he doesn't even know the Lord as well, like maybe he's a baby Christian or something, if he really likes you, he will want to talk to you. Like, he'll want to be with you and hang out with you. Like, no, if I could tell my high school self this, if he won't text you back for weeks or months, I would argue even days, like, no. Just like, no. Like, he should be the one pursuing you. So, alright, we're gonna do a part 2 to this. So don't fret if you ask questions, there's still a lot left. We're gonna finish off today's video with that. I know you love this. We'll do more.
Okay.
Thank you guys for asking your questions. And don't forget to check out Perfect Supplements down below. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with us.
Thumbs up.
Give it a big thumbs up.
Subscribe.
We already did this. We already did this.
I just have it in my head now.
Okay. I love you guys so much. We love you. Thanks for hanging out.